So you want to move to Sarasota. Maybe it's because you've seen it consistently ranked as one of the #1 places to live in all of the United States. Maybe it's because of the beautiful beaches that we have here. Or maybe it's because of the amazing arts and culture scene. Whatever the reason might be, I want to show you one community that I think is being seriously overshadowed in the news and in the media. And I want to let you know why I think that is. What's up, guys? My name is Zach Payne and I'm a local real estate agent right here in Sarasota, Florida. And today we're talking about Palmer Ranch. What is it? Where is it? And why is it being so overshadowed? Let's get into this video. So to get started, Palmer Ranch is a residential community. It spans over 60 square miles and has around 90 subdivisions inside of it, including apartment communities, condo communities, assisted living facilities, recreational facilities, businesses. Because of this, Palmer Ranch is able to provide the residents who live here with a really wide range of lifestyle options. From beautiful maintenance-free villa communities to single-family home neighborhoods, Palmer Ranch at the end of the day is just a master planned community. And it really goes to show because of how well it's maintained, how well in unison everything is here. Really a sense of cohesion here that not many other areas of Sarasota have. I want to show you a few really popular areas here in Palmer Ranch. Let's check them out. This is Potter Park, a popular public spot for active individuals here in Palmer Ranch. It contains 4 full-court basketball courts, 4 tennis courts, multiple playgrounds protected from the sun by the canopy of large oaks, and walking trails. It's conveniently located next to Core SRQ, or better known as the Old YMCA, which holds aquatic programs including group exercise classes, swim lessons, and even swim clubs like the Sarasota Sharks, which is actually where Emma Wyatt trained. Emma Wyatt was a 2020 silver medalist in the Tokyo Summer Olympics, which is pretty cool, right? All right, now we're at one of a few of the legacy trailheads here in Palmer Ranch. If you're unfamiliar with the Legacy Trail, it's about 18.5 miles of paved recreational roadway that is just for pedestrians, basically. Bikes, hiking, walking, skateboarding, roller skating. It goes all the way from North Sarasota. It spans all the way down into Venice. There's seating areas basically every mile that also have water fountains. So you could have a chill 1-2 mile walk, or you could go crazy and do all 18.5 miles. And I know a few people who do that. So if you haven't already gotten the idea, Palmer Ranch is a really active area between parks and recreation, outdoor activities. This area is great for young families or just anyone who's looking to be active and outside with convenience to things like this. Also, Palmer Ranch has a wide range of residential options to choose from when looking to move here. From smaller villas/single family home communities, Sunrise Preserve and Village Walk are 2 really good communities for that type of buyer. They're both really pretty similar, although being built almost 20 years apart from each other. Both Sunrise Preserve and Village Walk have kind of separate villa neighborhoods inside of their larger neighborhood area. That really attracts retirees and snowbirds who know that their place might be looked after by their neighbor better than if they were in a larger single family neighborhood that isn't gated. Both of these neighborhoods have really amazing recreational activities and amenities that allow for residents to get out and enjoy the outdoors and really engage with one another. You see, those communities are nice and all, and the amenities are great, but the fees can get a little bit on the expensive side. And if you're somebody who doesn't see the value in all of those things, then why pay for it? See, neighborhoods like Wellington Chase and Stonebridge might be perfect for a person like you. See, Wellington Chase and Stonebridge don't have any amenities. They don't even have gates. So that allows for their fees to be right around $80 for a place like Wellington Chase and $120 for Stonebridge. These older communities also have larger lots and enjoy more outdoor privacy than newer construction neighborhoods do, which I think is also an added feature all by itself. Maybe you're looking for homes in neighborhoods that have yards big enough for the kids to go out and play in, or add a pool. Some of these neighborhoods don't have enough space to add a pool if there isn't already one in there. See, these are important things that you need to find out before you start your home search. You see, neighborhoods like Prestantia, Wellington Chase and Stonebridge, Country Club of Sarasota are all older established neighborhoods that have that acreage, or maybe not acreage, but enough yard size to be able to do these activities, where these villas or smaller new construction homes might not have the size to really expand outside of the home. Which, let's think about it. When moving to Sarasota or anywhere in Florida, what do you want to do? You want to be outside. That's why you're moving from these northern states or wherever you're from, right? You want to spend time outside. You want to sit on the lanai. You want to sit in the driveway. You want to enjoy the beautiful weather that Sarasota provides. You might not be able to do that if you make the wrong choice. One of the big issues people have with Palmer Ranch is, well, there's no options for non-HOA communities, which is a valid point. If you're someone looking for a non-HOA community, Palmer Ranch is not going to be right for you. 100% of the communities here are HOA. Another issue that people have with Palmer Ranch, or well, maybe more of an annoyance, is that almost all of the neighborhoods inside of Palmer Ranch are gated. This is a pro and a con. People who are looking to check out these neighborhoods in Palmer Ranch before buying, who want to see the neighborhood, what it looks like, how it feels, the vibe of it, they can't really do that because you can't get access to it unless you have a decent reason to. So with that being said, take the next 30 seconds to check out some clips that I was able to take in some of these gated neighborhoods like Prestancia, Turtle Rock, and Sunrise Preserve. All right, so now we know what Palmer Ranch is, and we've seen some neighborhoods inside of it. So where is this amazing area located? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's hop back in the car for this one. So Palmer Ranch is located in the southern central part of Sarasota, and it's just south of Clark Road. It's just west of I-75, and it has South Tamiami Trail bordering it to its west. I mean, speaking broadly here, in my humble opinion, I think that Palmer Ranch is in probably one of the best locations in all of Sarasota. Now, why do I say that? Well, it's because I believe here in Palmer Ranch, you have the best of all of the worlds. From here, you're about 3 miles to Siesta Key Beach. You're only 8 miles to downtown Sarasota. If you want shopping, well, you have that surrounding your neighborhood essentially. And if you really want like a larger mall or upscale shopping experience, well, UTC is just a short 11-mile drive north on I-75 road. So you have all of the conveniences of everything that you need in Sarasota, basically in your backyard. And you can't really say that about other areas of Sarasota. Another reason why I think Palmer Ranch is one of the best locations in Sarasota is because majority of the neighborhoods in Palmer Ranch are located in the top ranked school district in all of Sarasota. And if you didn't already know, Sarasota is the #1 ranked school district in all of the United States, according to niche.com. And that's a huge pro, even for people who don't have school-aged kids. They still want to know that they have that in their back pocket. That's great for advertising, you know? #1 school district in all of Sarasota. I mean, who wouldn't want something like that? And like I mentioned before, since I-75 is so close to you, you can hop on it at any time. I know from where I live, I'm probably 20 minutes from I-75 road, which is kind of a pain in the butt when you want to drive to Tampa or something. What should only be a 45-minute drive is now an hour and a half because it takes me 20 to 30 minutes just to get to the interstate. And then it takes me another 45 minutes from there to get to Tampa. But, you know, people who live here in Palmer Ranch, they just go out their neighborhood, go on I-75, drive 45 minutes to Tampa or down to Venice, down to Fort Myers. I mean, it's just really convenient compared to, oh, here's even a better example. If you lived near Siesta Key or really far out west where a lot of people think is very desirable, you have to drive down US 41. US 41 is one of the more busy roads in Sarasota if you're familiar with this area. And especially come season, which is really just the wintertime months for us people here in Sarasota, US 41 or Tamiami Trail is basically gridlocked 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. I mean, there's no getting anywhere you want to go in a hurry in that area. I mean, I probably sound like a broken record right now, but I mean, I really want to ingrain this into your guys' heads that Palmer Ranch has to be, if not one of the best neighborhoods in all of Sarasota. You've also got shopping plazas that are really sprinkled throughout Palmer Ranch. There's not a ton of them, so you don't get the crazy amount of traffic that you would get if you're driving just through kind of downtown Sarasota or central Sarasota, but you still do have that option for shopping that's really proximally located. Not only that, but I showed you a few of the family-friendly recreational activity centers that are around here as well. Core SRQ, Potter Park, the Legacy Trail, just to name a few things. So you have a wide variety of options, like I said. Oh, and not to mention, I'm sure I did already, but Palmer Ranch also has all of the newer neighborhoods that are built out here have amazing, amazing amenity centers. So you've got these big clubhouses, You've got these beautiful pools. You've got these pickleball courts, tennis courts, basketball courts. So if you want things like that, activities to do, and you don't think that Palmer Ranch itself has enough of that, well, maybe consider looking into one of those neighborhoods. And what's so cool about this area is that even after all of the things that I've mentioned, at the end of the day, it's still a residential area. So I'm driving around right now and I'm getting where I want to go so easily. There's no traffic, really just a few stop signs, and the only reason I'm ever slowing down is to let somebody out of their neighborhood. I mean, it's just so awesome. I can drive across Palmer Ranch essentially with my eyes closed, if you know what I mean. It's not that difficult to get around out here. Now at this point, you're probably thinking, what area could possibly overshadow Palmer Ranch, and how the heck could it even do that? Well, enter Lakewood Ranch. I'm sure you've already heard of it, and if you haven't, it's the #1 multi-generational master plan community. It's the second master plan community behind the Villages, which is a little bit north of Orlando. Lakewood Ranch has taken over the #1 spot for the hype of the master plan communities here in the Sarasota and Bradenton area. I mean, it came in hot. Probably about 10 years ago, it started really building out a lot more. And ever since then, Lakewood Ranch has just put so much time, money, and effort into their marketing for the area that I feel like people don't even hear about places like Palmer Ranch anymore. They're just forgotten. Lakewood Ranch markets, you know, their full master planned mini town like feeling. I mean, they've got their own downtown. They've got their own main street. They've got their own shopping, dining, activities, schools, hospitals. I mean, the list goes on. So the idea of this kind of Pleasantville or Disney-like area really attracts a lot of people. But I think there's still a lot of people who are falling for the hype, or maybe aren't as informed as they could be. See, I think that if the same amount of people heard about Palmer Ranch, or were comparing Palmer Ranch to Lakewood Ranch, there would still be a good amount of them who would choose Palmer Ranch over Lakewood Ranch. Now, here's something to keep in mind. Lakewood Ranch is 19 miles to Siesta Key Beach. It's 11 miles to downtown Sarasota. When you're paying, on average, $840-something thousand for a home, don't you think in Sarasota you would want to be a little bit closer to the amenities that Sarasota offers? I mean, Lakewood Ranch is not even in Sarasota County. It's in Manatee County, which is North Sarasota. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that Lakewood Ranch is an awful spot. I think it's an amazing spot to live. I think it's got great activities, great amenities, beautiful neighborhoods, and it's really, really, really well thought out. But there are a few things that it lacks, just like Palmer Ranch does. I still think that there's a lot of people who would prefer Lakewood Ranch over Palmer Ranch. A lot of people, actually. But I still think that there's a need for places like Palmer Ranch here in Sarasota, with its close proximity to the beaches, to downtown, to central Sarasota, which is where, you know, your idea of moving to is actually going to be. So with that being said, I'm curious to know, have you ever even heard of Palmer Ranch? Have you heard of Lakewood Ranch? If you're interested in buying in Lakewood Ranch or Palmer Ranch, or really anywhere in Sarasota for that matter, reach out to me at this phone number, or better yet, schedule a call with me in the link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.